Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue that has sent shockwaves through the bold and the beautiful universe, leaving destruction in its wake, unraveling relationships, and thrusting characters into the most perilous situations. At the heart of this story lies a dark, tragic moment that forever alters the lives of Steffi Forrester, Finn, and Lune Nozawa. What begins as a quiet secret, an unexpected pregnancy, quickly spirals into a dangerous collision of obsession, betrayal, and a life-shattering act of violence. Steffi has always been a woman of strength, grace, and resilience, but recently, she has been hiding a secret that, if revealed, could change everything. Steffi is pregnant, but instead of the usual joy and excitement that accompanies such a discovery, Steffi has chosen to keep this news to herself, for now. With Finn's birthday approaching, Steffi has decided that this would be the perfect opportunity to give him the surprise of a lifetime. She envisions a moment of pure happiness where the two of them can celebrate their love and their future, the child they are about to welcome together. However, Steffi's decision to keep the pregnancy a secret is not without consequences. The tension surrounding her hidden secret only intensifies as others begin to notice her strange behavior and as certain figures from her past start to stir, including Lune Nozawa. Lune, whose obsession with Finn has been growing steadily, is unaware of Steffi's pregnancy, but she is intent on being part of Finn's life, especially as his birthday draws near. Lune, feeling alienated and constantly rejected by Steffi, is determined to be included in Finn's life. She sees this as her only opportunity to stake her claim on him and fully step into the life she believes is hers by right. Lune approaches Steffi with an overt suggestion: she wants to be invited to Finn's birthday celebration. This suggestion, however, is immediately shot down by Steffi, who considers Lune a dangerous, manipulative woman, someone who has already shown her capacity for violence. Steffi has no interest in allowing Lune to further complicate her life, especially as she prepares for the exciting surprise of revealing her pregnancy to Finn. Steffi's rejection only fuels Lune's obsession. In her mind, Steffi stands in the way of her happiness. Lune believes that Steffi's presence in Finn's life, her connection to him, is the only thing stopping her from being with Finn. The idea of Steffi continuing to be the central figure in Finn's world is intolerable to Lune. As she watches Steffi become more and more of a barrier to her, Lune's thoughts begin to take a darker turn. In her twisted logic, the only way for her to finally have Finn for herself is to remove Steffi permanently. This dangerous obsession begins to consume her. Lune's decision to act on these violent thoughts takes shape when she purchases a gun from an underground dealer, a chilling step that marks her transition from frustrated longing to outright violence. She no longer wants to just win Finn's affection, she wants to eliminate what she sees as the obstacle in her way, Steffi. Her plan is clear: when Steffi is home alone, she will strike. With the gun hidden and her mind made up, Lune waits for the right moment. Her opportunity comes when Steffi, unaware of the danger lurking just outside her door, is alone at her home, waiting for Finn to return. Lune arrives at Steffi's house, gun in hand, her heart pounding with both fear and excitement. She knocks on the door, and Steffi, sensing the tension, reluctantly opens it. The confrontation begins immediately, and Steffi, realizing Lune's intentions, begs her to calm down. She pleads for Lune to stop, to think about what she's doing, and to walk away from the violence that has already ruined so much of her life. But Lune, overcome with rage and jealousy, is beyond reasoning. Her obsession with Finn has clouded her judgment entirely. She is no longer the woman who once stood at Forrester Creations trying to fit in. She is now a woman on a mission, a woman who believes that killing Steffi is the only way to get what she wants. Lune raises the gun and, without hesitation, fires. The bullet strikes Steffi in the abdomen. Steffi cries out in pain, and her legs give way as she collapses to the floor, blood quickly pooling around her. Luna stands over her, breathless, her heart pounding in her chest. But instead of savoring the victory of finally eliminating her rival, Luna feels only shock and fear. What has she done? She realizes, in that moment, that the world she had so carefully constructed in her mind is collapsing around her. Terrified of the consequences, Luna drops the gun, backs away, and runs from the house, leaving Steffi lying there in a pool of blood. Meanwhile, Finn returns home to find his worst nightmare waiting for him. He walks into the living room, expecting to greet Steffi with a warm smile, only to be met with the sight of her collapsed on the floor, blood staining the carpet. His heart stops. The gunshot wound, the blood, the horror in her eyes as she tries to speak to him, it all happens in a blur of confusion and panic. Finn immediately calls for help, doing everything in his power to get Steffi to the hospital, but the trauma is too great. By the time they arrive, Steffi's condition has deteriorated further. At the hospital, Finn is met with a harsh truth. Steffi is alive but barely hanging on. The baby, the child they had hoped to raise together, did not survive the trauma of the gunshot wound. Steffi's miscarriage is a painful blow that no one had anticipated. Finn is beside himself, torn between anger and sorrow. The woman he loves, the mother of his child, has been brutally attacked, and the life they were about to build together has been shattered. In the midst of this overwhelming pain, Finn is left grappling with a storm of emotions. His mind immediately goes to Luna, his daughter, the woman he had tried to protect, who had now become the very source of his greatest heartbreak. He is consumed with guilt for not taking stronger action sooner, for not severing ties with Luna before it was too late. The rage he feels towards her is intense, but it's the regret that lingers in his heart. Finn cannot believe how far Luna has fallen, how her obsessive desires have led her down a path of violence and destruction. In the aftermath, the police launch an investigation into Steffi's shooting. Luna, realizing the magnitude of her actions, goes into hiding. Her escape is swift, as she takes extreme measures to vanish from sight. The police issue a manhunt, with authorities scouring Los Angeles for any sign of Luna. As they close in, Luna is forced to flee the country, using falsified documents and hidden resources to disappear. The international hunt for Luna becomes a high-priority case, with law enforcement agencies coordinating across borders to bring her to justice. As Steffi lies unconscious in a hospital bed, recovering from the trauma, Finn is left to pick up the pieces. He feels a deep sense of loss. Not just for the child he will never know, but for the family he was trying to protect from the dangers Luna brought into their lives. Steffi, though physically recovering, will never be the same. The emotional scars of this attack will stay with her forever, just as they will stay with Finn, who now must figure out how to navigate his fractured relationships with both Steffi and Luna. The story of Luna's violent actions and the devastating aftermath will leave an indelible mark on the Forrester, Spencer, and Logan families. As Finn watches over Steffi, unable to fully process the depths of their shared grief, Luna's disappearance continues to haunt him. The question remains, will Luna ever be found and held accountable for her actions, or will she slip through the cracks, leaving the family she destroyed in her wake? In the coming weeks, we will witness how the characters deal with the aftermath of this senseless act of violence. Steffi's road to recovery will be long and uncertain, but the support of her family and Finn will be her anchor. The tension between the Forrester and Spencer families will undoubtedly intensify, as the fallout from Luna's betrayal continues to reverberate through their lives. Next, we're diving deep into the heart-wrenching drama surrounding Liam Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful. A devastating tumor diagnosis has turned his world upside down, and as his condition worsens with each passing day, the stakes couldn't be higher. Time is slipping through his fingers, and his loved ones are grappling with a mix of fear, desperation, and tangled emotions. In this extended exploration, we'll uncover the latest twists, introduce fresh perspectives on the unfolding story, and speculate on the emotional roller coaster that awaits. Buckle up as we delve into Liam's battle for life, his complex relationships, and the shocking conditions he's placing on his fight for survival. Liam's grim diagnosis and the shadow of the past. The devastating news of Liam Spencer's tumor has shaken the very foundation of his life and those around him. Unlike the fleeting dramas that often play out in Los Angeles, this health crisis carries a weight that feels achingly real. Last week on the CBS soap, Liam poured his heart out to Dr. John Finnegan, revealing the crushing truth: his strength is fading, and the specter of death looms larger with every passing moment. The tumor, aggressive and unrelenting, has become a silent enemy, draining his vitality and leaving him with a chilling sense of inevitability. For Liam, this isn't just a medical battle, it's a journey shadowed by memories of his mother's agonizing fight against cancer. He watched her endure the grueling cycles of chemotherapy, the endless hospital visits, and the quiet moments of despair. Those memories have etched a deep fear in his heart, causing him to recoil from the very treatments that might save him. Now, as his own diagnosis mirrors her tragic path, Liam wrestles with the decision to fight or to surrender to fate, knowing full well that each day of hesitation brings him closer to the end. Adding a layer of complexity to his struggle, Liam's past as a man caught between two powerful loves, Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan, seems to weigh on his mind. Sources close to the Spencer family hint that Liam has been revisiting old journals and letters, perhaps seeking solace in happier times or grappling with unresolved regrets. His reluctance to embrace treatment isn't just about fear of physical pain, it's tied to an emotional paralysis, a belief that his life might not hold enough meaning to justify the fight. This internal conflict has left his family and friends in anguish, watching helplessly as the clock ticks down. Finn's unlikely alliance and Steffi's heartbreak. In a surprising turn of events, Dr. John Finnegan, Steffi's devoted husband, has stepped into an unexpected role as Liam's confidant and advocate. Despite the messy history between the two men, Liam's repeated attempts to win Steffi back have long been a thorn in Finn's side. Finn has chosen compassion over rivalry. Their recent emotional exchange on the show revealed a raw, human side to their dynamic. Finn, ever the empathetic healer, urged Liam to consider chemotherapy, laying out the stark reality of his dwindling chances without intervention. This wasn't just a doctor's plea, it was a man-to-man moment of vulnerability, a plea for Liam to cling to hope even as the odds stack against him. Finn's willingness to set aside personal grudges for the greater good speaks volumes about his character, but it also underscores the gravity of Liam's situation. When even a romantic rival is fighting for your life, the crisis is undeniable. Soon, Finn will inevitably break the devastating news to Steffi, and her reaction is expected to shatter viewers' hearts. Steffi, who has shared countless chapters of her life with Liam, from passionate highs to painful lows, will be struck by a wave of grief and guilt. She'll likely replay every moment of their shared history in her mind, wondering if she could have done more to support him before things reached this breaking point. The revelation that Liam has so far refused treatment will hit her like a tidal wave, leaving her torn between her stable life with Finn and the pull of a past love who is slipping away. Rumors swirling among B&B insiders suggest Steffi might even blame herself, questioning whether her firm rejections of Liam's advances contributed to his loss of will to live. This emotional turmoil sets the stage for a storyline that promises to test her loyalties and her heart in unimaginable ways. A shocking ultimatum: love is a condition for life. Here's where the drama takes a jaw-dropping turn. B&B spoilers hint that Liam might leverage his dire condition to rekindle his romance with Steffi. In a move that blurs the line between desperation and manipulation, Liam could agree to undergo life-saving chemotherapy, but only if Steffi promises to give their relationship another shot. This condition isn't just a plot twist, it's a moral dilemma that will leave fans debating Liam's motives. Is this a genuine cry for a reason to live, a last-ditch effort to find purpose through love? Or is it a calculated play, exploiting Steffi's compassion to pull her away from Finn? Either way, the ultimatum is poised to ignite a firestorm of emotions. Steffi, caught between her duty as a wife and mother and her lingering feelings for Liam, may find herself at a crossroads. Insiders predict that within a few episodes, she might reluctantly entertain the idea, if only to ensure Liam fights for his life. The potential for this decision to unravel her marriage to Finn looms large, creating a ripple effect that could alter the fabric of their family forever. To add depth to this narrative, let's consider the psychological toll such a decision would take on Liam himself. Agreeing to treatment under these terms might initially give him a surge of hope, but what happens if Steffi's heart isn't fully in it? A fabricated romance, built on obligation rather than genuine affection, could backfire, leaving Liam more broken than before. On the flip side, Steffi's sacrifice might awaken a renewed determination in him, proving that love, however complicated, can be a powerful motivator. This storyline isn't just about soap opera drama, it's a profound exploration of how intertwined love and survival can be, especially when time is the ultimate enemy. Danger on the horizon. Luna's threat and a possible escape. As if Liam's health crisis and romantic entanglements weren't enough, a darker subplot is brewing that could further complicate matters. Fans are well aware that Luna Nozawa has her sights set on disrupting Steffi's life, harboring a dangerous vendetta that threatens to escalate. Whispers on the set suggest Luna's jealousy and resentment have reached a boiling point, and she may soon resort to intimidation or even physical harm to destabilize Steffi's world. Imagine a chilling confrontation where Luna corners Steffi, dropping cryptic warnings about paying for her happiness. This looming danger adds a layer of urgency to Steffi's decisions, as protecting her children and herself becomes paramount. In this context, the idea of escaping Los Angeles with Liam begins to look like a viable option. Picture this. Steffi, reeling from Luna's threats and Liam's ultimatum, organizes a clandestine trip to a renowned medical facility out of state, where Liam can receive cutting-edge treatment under the care of top specialists. This journey wouldn't just be about saving Liam's life, it would be a temporary sanctuary for Steffi, a chance to shield her family from Luna's wrath while grappling with her own tumultuous emotions. However, such a trip would undoubtedly raise eyebrows among their social circle, fueling rumors of a rekindled affair and putting additional strain on her marriage to Finn. The question remains, will this escape be a lifeline for Liam, or will it unravel Steffi's carefully constructed life? The moral quandary, is Liam's behavior unforgivable? At the core of this storyline lies a deeply divisive issue, Liam's apparent willingness to emotionally manipulate Steffi from what could be his deathbed. While some fans may see his ultimatum as a desperate act of a man clinging to life, others might view it as the ultimate act of selfishness, a narcissistic ploy to control Steffi even in his darkest hour. Let's paint a broader picture of Liam's state of mind. Facing mortality, he might feel stripped of all agency, using this condition as a last grasp at power over his destiny and relationships. His history of vacillating between Steffi and hope doesn't help his case, as it paints him as someone who has often prioritized his desires over others' well-being. Yet, there's room for empathy. Liam's fear of dying alone, of leaving behind unresolved love, could be driving him to these extremes. The audience is left to ponder whether Steffi will succumb to this pressure, trading her current happiness for Liam's survival. Will she see through what might be perceived as emotional blackmail, or will her compassion override her judgment? Beyond Steffi's choice, There's a larger question for Finn: how will he react if his wife chooses to prioritize Liam's needs over their marriage? The potential fallout could reshape relationships across the board, turning allies into adversaries and testing the limits of forgiveness. What lies ahead for Liam, Steffi, and Finn? As this gripping storyline unfolds, the bold and the beautiful promises to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Liam's battle with his tumor is more than a fight for physical survival, it's a crucible for his relationships, revealing the depths of love, loyalty, and desperation. Will Steffi's decision, whether to stand by Finn or to save Liam, become the defining moment of her life? Can Finn maintain his grace under pressure, or will jealousy and betrayal fracture their bond? And what of Luna's dangerous obsession? Will her actions push Steffi into a corner where no choice feels right? One thing is certain: the coming weeks will be an emotional gauntlet for these beloved characters, with every episode peeling back new layers of heartache and hope. We'd love to hear your thoughts, BNB fans. Do you think Liam's ultimatum crosses a line, or is it a heartbreaking plea for purpose? Should Steffi risk everything to give him a reason to live, or stand firm in her commitment to Finn? Drop your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest spoilers and updates. Until next time, stay tuned for more drama, more tears, and more of the unexpected twists that make the bold and the beautiful an unforgettable ride.